Good morning, guys. Welcome back to another video. It is the launch day for the Premier League fixtures. They have been announced in earnest. I'm going to go through those today and talk about what it could mean for Manchester City for the 25-26 season. How are you doing today? Are you good? Are you well? Please let me know in the chat how you're feeling, and let me know how you're feeling about the game later on today. City, of course, are back in action today, so we've got the fixtures released, and we're back in action with all our new signings at the Club World Cup at 5 p.m. UK time tonight. So I can't wait. There's lag apparently. I don't know what's causing that lag. I apologise. I'll try and fix the lag. I'm not sure what's causing the lag. I apologise if there is. I mean, it's not showing lag at my end, so maybe it's YouTube. But either way, we're back and we're here. And we've got some things to talk about. We've got the fixture list. Let me find it. Find a good graphic of it, because City's graphic is tiny, absolutely tiny. Let's have a look. How do I open that in a new tab? Here we go. I found a way to do it. Should we go through the fixtures together? Should we just go through the fixtures together? I know ultimately it's just 19 games at home, 19 away. Everyone plays everyone, and then you win or lose the league. But it's still plenty more to talk about than that. So here we go. We open the season with Wolves away, which is very interesting. Ryan ait-Nouri, of course, going back to his former club, which is, interesting, as I was saying. Let's see how he gets on there. Wolves away is not the hardest start in the world, but it's not the easiest start in the world either. Then after that as well, Spurs at home, get that one out of the way nice and early as well. Brighton away, then United, then Arsenal, then Burnley. It's a hard fixture, to be honest. We've got the Manchester derby 3 days after my birthday there. Nice one. We're playing on Ruben's third birthday as well, Saturday the 18th. Damn it. Saturday the 18th of October, Everton is my son's third birthday. That should be interesting. Then we've got Brentford on the 20th. Not 20th, sorry. Brentford. I'm thinking of I'm half asleep. Brentford on the 4th, before that away. Let's look at the run-in. So the run-in is Chelsea away, Arsenal. But after that, look, the actual last 5 games are pretty forgiving, you could argue. Burnley away, Everton away, Brentford at home, Bournemouth away, Villa at home. Run it back, Villa at home. Like that January month is absurd as well. You're right. Chelsea at home, Brighton, United, Wolves, and Spurs. But to be honest, look, it's really weird to say the fixtures are good, but I think they are actually. I think you've got just enough jeopardy in the final run. The final run is actually pretty good. The last 5 games, presume you get past Arsenal and Chelsea, okay. Before that as well, Forest, West Ham, Palace. I'll take that. Let's go through the months anyway. So August. Let's go through the months. By the way, good morning to Julia. It says, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for the super chat, Julia. Very, very, very much appreciated. You noticed, by the way, I've had a few... I had a couple of days off just after all the transfer stuff, because the newborn stuff life was just tiring me out massively. So I thought, we'd just take it easy for a few days. But I'm back here now, but obviously because the games are starting. So I'll be doing a preview of the game as well in about an hour, a couple of hours, maybe an hour or two from now. So, but anyway, where was that? Back over to here. So August... Wolves away, Spurs, Brighton away. It's not an easy start. It's not an easy start at all, is it? It's Wolves away. I think we should win, but Spurs at home, we could win all those, but it's not an easy start. Then September's a quite interesting one. United at home, which I expect to win. Arsenal away, difficult, of course, but if we don't lose there, then we should be okay. Burnley at home. Then October, Brentford away, Everton home, Villa away. Yeah, it's a pretty difficult October month, that. Not the trickiest, but Spurs with Thomas Frank. Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be any good. Do we, Moody? So we'll see how it goes. November, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle away, Leeds United at home. That's a pretty tough month as well. Liverpool, of course, at the Etihad. St James's Park, Bournemouth. Don't know if Bournemouth are going to be a good side. Bournemouth could be terrible this year. Here's a wild prediction for you guys. Bournemouth could really struggle this season. With no Kirkes, no Huijsen. Is anyone else going to go? The Zabani fella. I always pronounce it wrong. Sorry. Zabani fella. Zabiani, whoever he's called. He could leave as well, apparently. Semenyo, there's rumours about him leaving. Yeah, they could really struggle, Bournemouth, this season. So they could be down in 13, 14 or something like compared to last year. But November, yeah, Bournemouth, Liverpool, Newcastle, Leeds. December's interesting. So Fulham away, not easy. Sunderland at home, you think we'd win that? Hopefully. My mate's a Sunderland fan. I'm gonna text him right now. You don't mind? Do you mind if I do this right now? That's why I remember. I'm gonna text him and say, 6th of December. 6th of December. See you at the Etihad. For City Sunderland. There we go. So when do we play Sunderland away? I'm going to try and get me and my mate tickets for that because he's a Sunderland fan. He's another dad like me with another newborn, so he needs a break. But then Palace away, difficult. West Ham at home, Forest away, Sunderland away. Sunderland twice in a month there, actually. Yeah, look, I fancy our December chances there. January, Chelsea, Brighton, United away, Wolves. January's a difficult month there, it really is. Spurs away. At that point, we won't know. We won't know how good Spurs are, obviously. That could be really difficult. Could be really easy. We won't know how good Spurs are by the second game of the season. They could be a different beast entirely by the 31st of January. February, Liverpool away. Yeah, that's when the going gets tough, really, isn't it? Then Fulham, Newcastle, Leeds United. Look, I know it's just a bunch of fixtures, but you look at spells of difficulty and all that kind of stuff, and I think it's actually a pretty difficult, a pretty decent set of fixtures. The question from Drew DeB said, are the fixtures randomly generated? They are in theory, but they're not at the same time. Anyone who thinks they are, he's been a little bit naive. I think they're randomly generated, but then they're moved around because it's a product. They're moved around for security reasons, for televised reasons, for narrative reasons. Of course they are. They'll randomly generate them because no one's sat there picking all these fixtures because it's too long. But they'll move it around every now and then because why wouldn't they? They've got a product to sell. You'll notice that there's always a big game on at the weekend for the TV purposes. I don't think they favour anyone. I don't think they favour anyone. I think they just that's not. I can't prove that, by the way. It seems obvious, They'll just try and make it exciting as possible because why not? I don't think. I don't think they're totally randomly generated at all. There's so much interference with clubs will request stuff as well. Like City apparently have requested not to be at home for the first game of the season, first couple of games of the season apparently because of the stadium work. Obviously, we've only got the first game away there. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll see on that. Brian with the super chat saying, let's stop assuming games are unpredictable. Do you mean the fixtures are unpredictable, mate? Or do you mean games in general unpredictable? Do you mean like City should actually win some games? I'm not sure what you mean there, mate. But either way, I think the fixtures are generated, and I think they are tweaked. So yeah, I don't think there's any any surprise there that they'll be manipulating and so on. And you're right, Haloni says it's a business at the end of the day. They are. Look, they're not going to have if they can just move a fixture back. So imagine you had Liverpool versus Arsenal and City versus United and Chelsea versus Spurs on the same day. It came out generated. You'd be stupid to not just move them apart, wouldn't you? I would if I was them. I just would. I'd be like, well, how about we just move Liverpool versus Arsenal, then City versus Chelsea, City versus United to the following weekends because it's good for TV. You would do it, wouldn't you? So I don't lose any sleep over that. I'm like, oh, look, as I was saying, ultimately, I truly believe, everyone has tough spells. Everyone has slightly easier spells. It's just what it is. I don't think there's much to moan about, but I do think the best team always wins the league. It's really that simple. And the only thing I would say is I do quite like that fixtures. I like a slightly tough start. I think the fact that we played the Club World Cup games, which is a competitive competition, I think you can play maximum 7 games in the Club World Cup because you can get the first 3. Then there's a 16 quarters, semi and final if you go all the way. So there's 7 games there. Have I seen Liverpool's first 3 fixtures? I haven't. Let's have a look. Shall I Google it? I mean, to be fair, Brian, they always do. We know the Liverpool fixtures. Let's have a look. I'll go to... Oh, I'm on LiverpoolFC.com. I feel dirty. It's a horrible website for what it's worth. Because it's just... look at it. All I can see is Liverpool legends everywhere. Ugh. Gross. Why is it not... Liverpool's website literally diverts me to Viagogo. And this nonsense for everyone involved. That's so grim. Every time I click anything to do with Liverpool, it goes to Viagogo. Right, I'll find it via Twitter. Let me find Liverpool's fixtures. So they've got... Oh, so Liverpool's aren't terrible. They're not dead easy either. They've got Bournemouth at home, Newcastle away, Arsenal at home. Is that Burnley away? So that's not the easiest, not the hardest. It's a tough one. It's a tough one, but it's also they'll beat Bournemouth. Newcastle away is tough. Arsenal, but then you could argue they got them out of the way. I would much rather have a really tough start and get some games out of the way. I truly would be. So Brian with the super chat says Sky Sports 4:30 always a big game. Well, exactly. We know they do that. To be fair, they've never hidden that, mate. They do say they rearrange fixtures. They'll move the game from the Saturday to the Sunday for the big game. So we know that they definitely do it. And I think the point we're making really is, do you think we move them from different weekends entirely? And I think they definitely do. I don't see why they wouldn't really. It makes an awful lot of sense to do it to maximise profits and all that for TV stuff. And yeah, that's what it is. Once again, I won't leave any sleep over it because. We all play a bunch of teams. That's tough. And sometimes if you play a bunch of hard games in a row, you're probably going to play a bunch of easy games in a row. So it's not worth moaning about. Moaning about it is what little pussies do, you know. Crack on. Let's see Arsenal. Let's try and find Arsenal's fixtures. I find it wild when people moan about fixtures. The only thing I don't like is when we play away from home after a big European game or something like that. Here's Arsenal's fixtures at the start. Arsenal's running is ridiculous. United away, the Leeds at home, Liverpool away, Forest at home, City at home, Newcastle. Look, if Arsenal get through that, they must feel confident. That's a tough start for Arsenal. But then they've got a really easy running, I would argue. Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, Palace. They've got us at Newcastle, but ours is pretty tough. We've got Newcastle, Chelsea and Arsenal, so... You can argue all you want about the fixture stuff like that, but like... Look at how easy their January is compared to ours, or it's not that easy actually. Like, how can you moan about anyone moaning about fixtures is genuinely moaning about fixture schedules. It is weak mentality stuff. It really is. Like, I find it childish, man. Absolutely. I don't think we've got any preseason games, Adam, in the chat there, mate. I don't think we have. I think it'd be stupid to have more, wouldn't it? They might have one last minute. Have we got some games in the USA? Have we? Like, genuinely, like, I don't get it when people moan about fixtures. It's just like, genuinely, they all play everyone. Look at this Arsenal fan here, man. Like, look at this here, Arsenal fan moaning about it. Saying Man United, Leeds, Liverpool, Forest, Man City, Newcastle. All this means... Like, all that means... I'm going to quote tweet it now. All that means is that they get easier runs later. Like, why moan about that, man? Like, I would get through all those games early on. Arsenal fans just moaning about stuff. I'll go back to our games anyway. There we go. So here's our games for you. It's not the hardest start, not the worst run. I mean, the thing is, you just have tough months everywhere. I'm gonna try and do the watch alongs. So by the way, I'll try and do the watch alongs for the Club World Cup, but we're in a situation where my son. He's 2.5 and he wakes up semi-regularly, and we've got a newborn as well. So if he wakes up a 2.5-year-old, I have to go and settle him because Nicola can't because she's got the newborn. So I'm gonna have a piece of paper saying back in 5 minutes if that's the case, because I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna have to try it and do the watch along, but also accept that I might have to disappear for a few minutes because I've got no choice. So I will try though, but I literally got no choice but to do it that way because I can't be waking up. I can't be leaving Nicola to try and deal with 2 kids when she's just recovering from a cesarean. So it's not possible for us, bless her. It's more the fact that it's Jimmy James. It's not that, mate. It's more the fact that she's had a C-section, so she's not allowed to pick up Ruben yet because it's the stitches and all that kind of stuff. So she could manage 2 kids. It's just like she physically can't. She's not allowed to because, So there we go. Thankfully, my newborn wasn't here when Liverpool were crowned champions yet, was he? I don't know. I think it was just after the league was finished, wasn't it? So yeah, but yeah, so it's fine. It is what it is. Well, I'll make do, and we'll make do. So my wife definitely wears the pants. Yeah, we both do, mate. Guess what? We're a very loving, supporting couple, and in any loving, supporting relationship, everyone, you're equal. Apart from, unless you're a really insecure bloke who wants to be seen as more than your wife, and if you are, you're a little. If you want to see more as your wife or tougher or as a provider, you're probably really insecure and actually a bit of a beta, so to speak. But anyway, back to the fixtures. Away from that nonsense of people acting about, man and wife and who wears the pants. Grow up. Wolves away, Tottenham Hotspur at home, Brighton away. Look, I think it's certainly a run of fixtures. I expect City to I think we're going to win the league this year, by the way. That was my prediction. I really, truly believe that we're going to blitz it this year. All the stuff coming from the training, the camp, I think the energy, the vibes around it are fantastic. I think all the predictions about City being faster, all the rumours that City want a more intense style of football this season. Yeah, I feel like we're going to come flying out the blocks. And I think the fixtures that we've got are going to massively play into our hands. I can't wait to see the vibes later on today. It could be that we struggle, It could be that it is a bit too much, and maybe we're not quite prepared for it. Maybe don't cry, mate. I guarantee you, Leo, my life will be 1,000 million times better than yours ever will be, because it's got love in my life, So there we go. It's a fact. But it's one of those things where a family that loves me and incredibly happy. So there we go. I love it when people try and troll over that kind of stuff, like as if they're not. These people who say are gone about, I bet your wife wears the pants. These people always end up like in a loveless relationship where they can't be asked being around the partner, so they go to the pub every night, or the multiple divorce, or the kids never reply to them and text you, the kids are always moaning and stuff. That's those people who always moan about these things, when actually they don't really know what happiness is. So there's a sort of fact for you. Whereas me, my kids are obsessed with me, and my wife's obsessed with me, and I'm obsessed with my kids and wife, and we're all happy. So there we go. Get personal there, because why the fuck not? Good on you, Michael. You do what you want. We don't know the games that have been selected for TV and rearranged yet, mate. Michael, that takes a little bit of time to come round, my friend. Yeah, that'll take an awful lot of time to come around. We'll see how it goes. We don't tend to know that until the police get involved and your scheduling and all that kind of thing, and until the TVs get in and start picking it apart. All we do know is that when you look back at the fixture list at the end of the season, it'll look nothing like this, and it always does change. Brian says, game week 37, Liverpool and City on 93 points. Do you reckon, Brian? Imagine that would be a hell of an end to the season. I really believe City are going to win the league this year. I just do. I think we're going to be. I think you can't upset someone like Manchester City. You can't upset Man City to the extent that you did last season and not expect a reaction from Guardiola. Like, Guardiola is going to be, he's going to cook up something really special this season with Shirky, Reinders, ait-nouri. There'll be some of the younger players breaking through. The likes of Nico Gonzalez, I think, will quietly be a lot better as well. Kusnab will play a little bit more, probably. I think we're going to be really good. I've got no doubt whatsoever that this City side is going to... Rodri back, of course, well. I think Foden will be much better. I think there'll be another signing or two as well. Guardiola coy on that, but I expect to be more signings. I think we'll fly out the blocks, and I can't wait to see how we will react to this. Look, they are just ultimately a bunch of fixtures, but I think they're relatively friendly to Manchester City. I think, obviously, you look at some tough runs there, but the end, if we're close in the title race and then we get through Chelsea and Arsenal and we're pretty close, then we've got Burnley away, we'll win that, Everton away, Brentford at home, Bournemouth away, Villa at home. I think we'll win those games if we need to. So it's one of those things where I am not going to lose any sleep. I think we'll be all right. But even if it was, United, Liverpool, Arsenal, Newcastle in the running, I would expect us to still be fantastic and go out and try and win it anyway, because we're more than capable of it. This City side knows what it takes to win. Guardiola will not let them rest on their laurels. We're going to, find a new system, a new style, but I do think there's a renewed focus this year, and I think the pain of last season will be a motivator, and I don't think we accept moaning. I don't think we accept, it's all rigged against us. Arsenal fans are already bitching about it. Grow up, man. Like, Liverpool... fans know what it's like when you're in a title race against City. You go for it and you get a run of fixtures, but you got to win them anyway. City have won leagues by winning 14 games in a row, as Liverpool won every single game too. That is what actual mentality monsters do. They look at the fixtures, play big games, and they just keep winning and winning and winning, because that's what you have to do. And we don't moan about it, you know? As Arsenal fans are already moaning about the fixtures beforehand. Just pathetic, man. Get over it and grow up. Guys, I'll be back in live in about an hour or so, I reckon, because I'll do the preview for tonight's game and what we can expect later on. For now, I'm going to leave it there, but they are our fixtures. Wolves away. I expect us to win that. Spurs at home. We don't know. I mean, we don't know how good we're going to be until we see it in action. But I think this City side is going to be different. I think we're going to be a different beast entirely, and I cannot wait to see us in action. We'll be fine. We're going to win the league. You've heard it here first. See you in about an hour for a preview for the game later. Bye-bye.